How can I help? I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zar. You never give up, do you? I admit, I'm interested in you. I find you intriguing, compelling even, but it's not what you think. You have a great gift. You have an awesome command of the Force, and I tremble when I think of how you might misuse it. What? No, of course not. Not like that, anyway. In many ways, you are dangerous. You could be the savior of the galaxy, or you could bring untold destruction upon us all. I've seen how you've resisted many temptations and continue to walk the path of the light side. Very commendable. But I'm afraid you might stray from this path. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety. For it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this. But I will do my best to make you understand. The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for. I am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly? One who serves the light does not strike down an innocent. We take arms against the dark side and the injustice that follows it only. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying. I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side. But I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must.
Genchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami nonok.
I'm Bastila, yes. I take it that you know my mother?
Bona na kachu. Kicha badwang. Wanga kum kiba bu mulera. Kakin chak nawagawa bakon. Donk kiba nukunek. Tonga boksha nagnong.
Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
Kakin cha na kwat na bonkon. Wanakumbes. Chi pala mulek. Tonki pa nagnonek. Tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest. Ufmala nibokurk.
My mother's condition?
Ti umpa do punta krita. Ak ti konto ona chabachisa wanki. Ti toki grantu kon chi chan kun green kanchan tu pro. Bok wala no bok cha. Nichi konchuva kin lorta ikakun.
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did she say anything about my father?
Genchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami nonok.
I see. Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
Chika don mulaka watayuma ka wamahona nek. Ashantington unumani patoka. Wana kuna best chinga pala multonki.
Part of me would rather not see her at all. But if she is really sick, well, we shall see.
Uchua penki, tangi tuamaji, human act in ikatune, chi itakanki, chana kilikon, chiwa aitakanki, Baba Hassan Shan, Noba Muri Rati Lai Kunka, Ki Mulira Kun King, Tong Hitwama Ak Inkotune, Achua penki, Yun Patisa, Tichuba Jikuka Naga, Kingbu Mwa Mulira Dwana, Kingba Nikcha Lora Kun, Baba Hassan Shan, Noba Muri Rati Lai Kunka, Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Chuna Muri Ra, Tangi Wama Jikona, Tonki Pa Nonku Nek Abog, Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha Na, Chupornibo, Kun Muri Ra Snimo Poiwanga, Tangi Wama Ji, Human Act in Ikatune, Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Chuna Muri Ra, Tangi Wama Jikona, Tonki Pa Nonku Nek Abog, Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha Na, Chupornibo, Kun Muri Ra Snimo Poiwanga, Tangi Wama Ji, Human Act in Ikatune, Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Chuna Muri Ra, Tangi Wama Jikona, Tonki Pa Nonku Nek Abog, Baba Hassan Shan, Noba Muri Rati Lai Kunka, Ki Muri Ra Kun King, Tong Hitwama Ak Inkotune, Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha Na, Chupornibo, Kun Muri Ra Snimo Poiwanga, Tong Hitwama Ji, Human Act in Ikatune, Baba Hassan Shan, Noba Muri Rati Lai Kunka, Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Chuna Muri Ra, Tangi Wama Jikona, Tonki Pa Nonku Nek Abog, Ki Muri Ra Kun King, Tong Hitwama Ak Inko Tune, Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha Na, Chupornibo, Kun Muri Ra Snimo Poiwanga, Tangi Wama Ji, Human Act in Ikatune, Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Chuna Muri Ra, Tangi Wama Jikona, Tonki Pa Nonku Nek Abog, Smilia! Tingkuin ko ka, patoga yak fuli ko kala Gigi!
Vuelta. Color luz de Van Reboot y el Irimo. Puntas del Shelfa. Usta del Cliff. Color luz da. Vuelta. Color luz de Van Reboot y el Irimo. Vuelta. Color luz de Van Reboot y el Irimo. Duftatan Gelfa, Hoisidan Gelfa, Wooden Truth Black Fundible Gelfa, Hoisidan Gelfa, Badinovan Gelfa, Papuelta, Color Duft Divan Debut, Ikel Irimo.
You a swoop racer? Crazy fool.
La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes jingpa ma rulira. Tok jingbang non kick. Tok ninja mulira rabes.
I still haven't heard a final figure on how many people died on Terrace.
Kuya bijus kuna jiktanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chihon kabi.
With Terrace gone, I wonder who the Sith will turn on next.
Please, will you help me? I have nothing. Nothing left. Oh, thank you. I don't have anywhere else to turn. If you're down and out on Tatooine, you're on your own. My husband was a hunter, killed out on the dunes. This raid plate is all I have left. Please, will you buy it? I don't need a handout. I just can't sell it to Faza without a license. Please, I'm worried about having it. They're so rare. No? But you looked... I'm sorry, I thought you looked equipped like a hunter. Are you sure you're not going to be getting a license? I mean, you don't look like a farmer, and the only way to be allowed out of Anchorhead is to get a hunting license. Czerka Corporation sells them out of their office just south of here in the center of Anchorhead. That's where my husband got his. I think they charge 200 credits, but they've been known to make exceptions. Please, no one else will help. Will you help after? I'll try to answer what I can. It's the bone plate from the head of the desert raid. My husband was so proud when he found it. He had just started hunting. He said he felt sure the next hunt would bring in more, so we waited to sell this one. Then he never came back. Will you help after? I'll try to answer what I can. We spent everything on my husband's hunting gear. We hoped that the sport would support us. We hoped. Whoever killed him took everything. All I have left is this desert raid plate. We thought we were so lucky when he brought it home. If I could sell it, the kids and I could get out of here. Maybe buy passage to Coruscant? I don't know. Will you help after? I'll try to answer what I can. I still can't believe he's gone. What do you want to know? His name was Ward Fizzark. He used to work in the mines, but they scaled back last year. He was new to hunting, but he was a good fighter. He used to be a soldier. We spent everything on his gear. After a few trips, he didn't come back. Guards say his Sancrawler crew found his body stripped of everything. Nobody saw anything, and most of the other hunters never even knew him. He had just started. I don't trust any of them. But those Gamorreans, they just laugh when they see me. I think they did it. It doesn't matter. There's no justice on Tatooine. I don't care what happens to them. I just need credits. I've got to think about my family, not those vicious pigs. Will you buy it? I can't sell it myself. They're worth more than 500 credits. I don't know. How could I be sure you would come back? Are you sure you can't buy it? Please. I guess I don't have much choice in the matter. Here, I'll trust you with it. I'll be here. Please don't take too long. I need the credits. Maybe we can get started again. Maybe.
La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes ching pa ma rulira. Tok ching bang mon kit. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuya mi just kuna jiktanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chihon kabi.
Her mother was supposed to be here somewhere. Ask if they've seen her.
La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes ching pa ma rulira. Tok ching bang mon kit. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuya mi just kuna jiktanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chihon kabi.
We should try to find her. I doubt she wants to be kept waiting.
Yatuka ulwan kinkuna ba murira, ratikun, mucha shakpanpa. La boda ni winkis maktoma, wanakun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok ninja murira rabes, uba patu koji, tong nongbong chang nung yang, tong patok smakdelia. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai, ina kun mama rulira rachikun, slimo patona, undi hadonga chihonkabi, la boda ni winkis maktoma, wanakun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok ninja murira rabes.
Can I help you? These are the offices of the Czerka Corporation. I trust you have business with the company. If this is about employment, I'm afraid all regular mining positions are full. And before you ask, we are also no longer selling hunting licenses. Griff? There's no Griff here. Never heard of him. No, I don't remember a single Griff on the Czerka Corporation payroll. Oh, you mean that Twi'lek? Must have slipped my mind for a second. Yes, of course I remember Griff. We hired that Twi'lek some time ago. Not a good worker, according to his crew chief. Always complaining and faking injuries to get out of work. He entered false timesheets and slept through his shifts. We even suspected him of stealing Czerka Corporation supplies, although we could never prove it. We would have fired him, but we needed workers. It would have been better for him if he had been fired. Then the Sand People wouldn't have gotten him. He was lost in a Sand People raid we suffered not too long ago. There were prisoners taken, but our rescue parties never found anyone alive. In the end, it just wasn't cost-effective to keep searching. All miners sign a waiver absolving Czerka Corporation of liability in these circumstances. Czerka Corporation cares deeply for all of its employees. That's why we've started a bounty program to thin the Sand People numbers. We didn't find his body, so we have to assume he was taken prisoner. Whether he's still alive, I couldn't say. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't even have said this much. This is all privileged corporate information. I could lose my job. As I said, all employees have signed waivers absolving Czerka Corporation of any financial liability if this occurs. It is the industry standard. I suppose you could apply for special dispensation from the Czerka Corporation representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours only, please. Very well, though I do have work to get back to. As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about outside the walls as it is. With the downturn in mining, people want any chance at credits they can get. Most wouldn't survive a day, let alone qualify as hunters. The last license issued before the ban was given to a woman named Marlena Venn. She'll do fine. She had a mean streak a parsec wide. She also paid double. Exceptions like this are rare, unless it suits the company to offer them. We use them to ensure that only people judged fit by Czerka Corporation are allowed outside the city. We don't allow casual exploration because of legal concerns. Czerka Corporation takes no responsibility for loss of life on the dunes. It's just so we can keep track of people. No one leaves the city without a Czerka hunting license. Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception if you agreed to perform a task for us. It's similar to hunting. The Sand People are becoming a problem. They destroy our sandcrawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chieftains. Which would you rather have dumped on your office floor? Besides, they're ceremonial weapons, unique to each warrior. It's just as good. Excellent. Now, just so we understand each other, this is an enforceable contract. Czerka Corporation takes this very seriously. Here's your license, and a few directions. We believe one of their enclaves is in the far south of the Dune Sea. You might try following one of our sandcrawlers. They're regularly attacked. I wouldn't mind you escorting them. Very well, though I do have work to get back to. Of course. Czerka Corporation records are available at our representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours, please. For your needs here, we maintain a fully stocked storehouse. Speak with Greta Holda about any purchases. Certainly. Please pose your questions to the representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours, please. I suppose you're right. It's not like you can't tell the state of things just by looking around. Mining operations here have not been a success. The ore is substandard, and there's less of it than surveys indicated. With the Sand People raids on top of it all, it's no wonder this planet has been abandoned before. No one knows. There are odd energy fluctuations on this planet, but they defy analysis or explanation. But the effect is obvious. Ore taken from Tatooine is useless for construction. It degrades incredibly fast. Word is getting out about it, too. We're running out of buyers. Czerka Corporation is not doing well here. The company would be foolish to stay. It will be costly, but in the end, leaving will be cheaper than staying. I imagine all the heavy equipment will be abandoned. It's not worth shipping out things like sandcrawlers. Maybe the Jawas will find a use for them when we're gone. That's a laugh. We can't ignore evidence that Anchorhead was settled more than once before, and abandoned each time. There's probably a century between each attempt, just long enough for records about why it failed to disappear. The Jawas scavenge ancient tech all the time. It's a remote world. Who knows what's here? Very well, though I do have work to get back to. I assume that by out of the ordinary you're referring to the destruction of Terrace? That is all anyone is talking about. I'm afraid Czerka Corporation is not offering any comment on those events. We wouldn't wish to anger the participants. Czerka Corporation policy is not subject to your approval. It is a sound business model. Save us your commentary. If you're looking for local events, I suggest you go to the Swoop track, one of the few leisure industries on Tatooine. There was also a Jawa here earlier, saying something about needing help. I think he's out by the city gates. I can't be more specific about what he wanted. Our droid translators had difficulty with the message. Farewell. Czerka Corporation welcomes your future inquiries.
Chua Pengti, Yun Patisa, Tichuba Jikutka Naga, Kingbu Mwa Mulira Dwana, Kinba Nikchalora Kun, Kakincha Nawabagaon, Bagwa Shank Kontimachit Chiwi Aita Katong Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Chunamuri Ra, Tangit Mama Jikona, Tonkit Pa Nonku Nek Abog, Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha Na Chupornibo, Kun Mulira Slimo Poiwanga, Tangit Mama Ji, Human Act in Inkatune, Kakincha Nawabakaon, Bagwa Shank Kontimachit Ki Mulira Kun Kin, Tong Hitwama Ag Inkotune, Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha Na Chupornibo, Kun Mulira Slimo Poiwanga, Tong Hitwama Ji, Human Act in Inkatune, Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha Na Chupornibo, Kun Mulira Slimo Poiwanga, Tong Itwama Ji, Human Act in Inkatune, Chiwi Aita Ka Tong Chicha, Agi Inkotune, Chunamuri Ra, Tong Itwama Jikona, Tonkit Pa Nonku Nek Abog, Baba Hassan Shan, Noba Mulira Tilai Kunka, Kakincha Nawabagaon, Bagwa Shank Kontimachit Kakincha Nawabagaon, Bagwa Shank Kontimachit
La boda ni winki smak toma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kit. Ninja mira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. La boda ni winki smak toma. Wanakun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai. Inakun marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. La boda ni winkies matoma. Wanakun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai. Inakun marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. La boda ni winkies matoma. Wanakun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai. Inakun marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. La boda ni winkies matoma. Wanakun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai. Inakun marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. La boda ni winkies matoma. Wanakun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai. Inakun marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. La boda ni winkies matoma. Wanakun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai. Inakun marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai. Inakun marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. La boda ni winkies matoma. Wanakun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai. Inakun marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai. Inakun marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi. Uba batu konchi. Tong nong bong shang nung yang. Tong patok smakdelia.
Hakupa, Chekopa, Gino Mulera Kengpaija, Slimo Potuama, Muchashak Pakat, Kieno no Namapaule Rachikun, Takom Juzdach Miki Gravalmogo, Kachi Ita Hodunga, Jedabadawana Nidibobo, Dong Nabungsha Nununya, Tung Batukas Magdalea, Tolpa da Pongwale, Candona Guchuchut, Cavadum Cupilio Botenya, Bonanai Cuchu, Hawaga Bosca Chocola, Mucha Shag Panka, Jedabadawana Nidibobo, Dong Nabungsha Nununya, Tung Batukas Magdalea. Kachikun ida hodonga, Ikinkuno Bamulera Chikun, Slimo Podona, Rundi Hodunga Kun Kabe, Takom Justach Miki Grabalmogo, Kachi ita Hodunga, Jedabadawana Nidibobo, Dong Nabungsha Nununya, Dong Batukas Magdalea, Muchashak Pakat. Kieno no Namapaule Rachikun. Jedabadawana Nidibobo, Dong Nabungsha Nununya, Dong Batukas Magdalea. Hakupa, Chekopa, Gino Mulera Kengpaija, Slimo Potuama. Jedabadawana Nidibobo, Dong Nabungsha Nununya, Dong Batukas Magdalea, Takom Juzdach Miki Grabalmogo, Kachi ita hodunga, mucho shak pakat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun. Jedi badawana ni dibobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong batukas magtalea. Mucho shak pakat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun. Jedi badawana ni dibobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong batukas magtalea. Takom juz tak miki grabar mogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Jedi badawana ni dibobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong batukas magtalea. Mucho siyak pakat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun. Takom juz tak miki grabar mogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Jedi badawana ni dibobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong batukas magtalea. Mucho siyak pakat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun. Takom juz tak miki grabar mogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Jedi badawana ni dibobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong batukas magtalea. Mucho siyak pakat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun. Takom juz tak miki grabar mogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Jedi badawana ni dibobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong batukas magtalea.
Ciao baso, Chino molirani dubo, tonkin ba, no kuneksag. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune chuna molira, tangi wama jiko na. Tongki pa non kunek abog, chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun mulira slimo poiwanga, tangi wama ji, human act in ikatune. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune chuna molira, tangi wama jiko na. Tongki pa non kunek abog, chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun mulira slimo poiwanga, tangi wama ji, human act in ikatune. Baba Hassan Shan, no ba mulira jilai kuka. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune chuna molira, tangi wama jiko na. Tongki pa non kunek abog, chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun mulira slimo poiwanga, tangi wama ji, human act in ikatune. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune chuna molira, tangi wama jiko na. Tongki pa non kunek abog, chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun mulira slimo poiwanga, tangi wama ji, human act in ikatune. Baba Hassan Shan, no ba mulira jilai kuka.
Papuelta, Color Luz, Ivan Rebut, Ikel Irimo, Puntas del Shelfa, Ufta del Cliff, Color Luz, Papuelta, Color Luz, Ivan Rebut, Ikel Irimo, Puntas del Shelfa, Ufta del Cliff, Color Luz, Papuelta, Color Luz, Ivan Rebut, Ikel Irimo, Puntas del Shelfa, Ufta del Cliff, Color Luz, Papuelta, Color Luz, Ivan Rebut, Ikel Irimo, Uudasta sieltä. Uudsta kelkis. Kolotusta. Papuilta. Kolotus. Ivan Repu. Ikel Irimo. Uudast. Uudsta kelkis. Uudasta sieltä. Uudast. Uudsta kelkis. Uudasta sieltä. Papuilta. Kolotus. Ivan Repu. Ikel Irimo. Uudast. Uudsta kelkis. Uudasta sieltä. Uudast. Uudsta kelkis. Uudasta sieltä. Uudasta sieltä. Uudsta kelkis. Kolotusta. Uudast. Uudsta kelkis. Uudasta sieltä. Papuilta. Kolotus. Ivan Repu. Ikel Irimo. Uudasta sieltä. Uudsta kelkis. Kolotusta. Uudast. Uudsta kelkis. Uudasta sieltä. Papuilta. Kolotus. Ivan Repu. Ikel Irimo. Uudasta sieltä. Uudsta kelkis. Kolotusta. Gloria. Antibian Volutio. Uudast. Uudsta kelkis. Uudasta sieltä.
Get lost, Tenderfoot. I hunt Desert Raid. I don't babysit. Well, you sure know how to get on my good side. You're just trotting out banthapats, but thanks all the same. My name is Doric Quinn. I'm a hunter. I hunt. Is that enough, or should I start listing my family birthdays? If I knew the best place, why would I tell anyone? It would be worth too much to me to let it get out. It doesn't matter anyway. This season has been dry for me, as it has for almost everyone. Perhaps someone else is holding out, but there are simply fewer raid out there. It used to be a one-on-one test, hunter against hunted. Now people just want the credits. I could stomach maybe a pair or a team of hunters, but some now use battle droids. Where's the sport in that? That's not for me to say. I won't be a troublemaker in so small a community. You'll see. Hunt, and you will see. I've tracked wild beasts my whole life, but I've only been hunting here for 5 years. I've much to learn yet. There are hunters that go after the big kills, the crate dragons. I don't know how they do it. I never even see the things. Comad is the one I respect, but I also trust that the only difference between us is experience. I will learn. I don't go telling stories about other people. You want to know what they think? You go talk to them. One word, though. Watch yourself around the Gamorreans. Girk and his buddies aren't to be trusted. Everyone else I respect because they have skill. Those guys, they go for easier prey. Just watch your back when you hunt. The dragons aren't the only dangers out there. If that's what you want, I'm not sure what you hope to get out of me, though. You'll have to ask around. Comad Fortuna is a much more experienced hunter than I am. He hunts far from Anchorhead. The local Jawas are a good source of information, even if it is hard to understand them. It may cost you, though. Good hunting.
What can I do for you? Did my wife send you? This ain't about credits, is it? Oh, of course. Who put you up to this, my wife? I meant what I said about having no credits. Hunting is a dirty and tough business. What can old Tanis tell you about it? There isn't any. Too many hunters, not enough prey. I can barely keep expenses covered. Maintenance on battle droids is expensive. Of course, it's better than going alone. What if I stumbled on a bunch of sand people? These solo hunters are crazy. What do I care? I need to eat. I also need to pay for parts so the wife can keep the droids running. It's all about the credits. Some guys will talk about honor and stuff, but they still sell their plates to Faza. I guess honor needs creds too. I suppose, but so what? When that resource goes belly up, I'll just move on. I'm just a wandering spirit, I guess. I'm not real popular with the others, but they just fool themselves. They're in it for the credits too. Too long, but it beats smuggling. You ever run into a SITH dreadnought in the desert? No, you haven't. Hell, I married her. No, seriously now. I had this friend that crossed SITH space and got stripped of everything. It's not like I have much now, I guess, but I still prefer sand people to getting ambushed on unproven trade routes. She doesn't understand me. You know the drill. It's not my fault. She knew who I was when she married me. Uptight and cold, like my wife. They don't like me streamlining the hunt with droids. I don't fit in, but I don't let it bug me. You know how it is. You don't take any backtalk either. I heard about you and Girk. I should have you deal with my wife. Dorak is reasonable. Comad is a pain, but he keeps his distance. I can tell he doesn't like me much. Ask around the lodge if you want information about the other guys. I don't really talk to them much. Fine, whatever you want. Who knows the planet? I don't know. I guess the sand people. I'm usually running when I see them, though. Sure. My blood. They almost got me last year. Tore up 2 of my battle droids. Wife was mad about that. Took her weeks to fix. Where they got weapons to cut battle armor, I don't know. They act like animals, but they can surprise you. I don't know. Pick a dune and walk. They'll get you soon enough. Smart traders. They've salvaged and sold me my own damaged droids once or twice. They don't say much I can understand. I think they're a little slow, but who am I to judge, huh? Hello again. Good hunting.
You're back. Please, have you sold the plate I gave you? My children and I are counting on the credits. You have? Did Faza give you a good price? How much did you get for us? Oh, thank you. I hope it is enough. You've been a great help. I appreciate it. My children will too.
Wow. Sometimes helping people feels pretty good, you know?
Thank you for helping this woman. It may not seem like such a great thing to you, but you're making a difference.
For whatever it means, may the Force be with you. You saved us.
Something you want? I don't have a lot of time for talk, so please, make it quick. Alright, but I'm not sure what I could say to interest you. I just work on the crawlers. I repair the sand crawlers when they return from the mines. They get pretty banged up, even without the attacks. Have you? Not many hunters have tried in the past. Good luck to you is all I can say. The sand people are vicious. I see the damage on the crawlers when they come back. If they come back. I have no idea. I don't go out on the desert if I can help it. I'm sure the sand people will find you if you walk far enough. Oh, the big crawlers head out at dawn. That's so they avoid the bigger predators. The raid, I mean. Doesn't help avoid the sand people, though. They attack pretty regular, no matter what Czerka Corporation tries. I have no idea. I don't go out on the desert if I can help it. I'm sure the sand people will find you if you want. Oh, the big doesn't help avoid the sand people, though. They attack pretty regular, no matter what Czerka Corporation tries. Well, it's a hole in the galaxy as far as I'm concerned. I doubt this outpost will last much longer. But that's happened before and will happen again. Anchorhead has been resettled a few times now. Well, Tatooine fools people. It looks like it might have a good supply of resources, but it doesn't. Before a company learns this, they've already set up communities to support operations they now can't afford. The company pulls out, cities dry up, and after a few years, someone that doesn't know why it failed tries again. No one is. I guess it looked like a promising mining planet, but the metal, I tell you, it just isn't right. I've been a mechanic my whole life, and I've never seen anything corrode as fast as Tatooine metal. It's why whoever was here before left, and why Czerka will leave, and why whoever comes next will leave. All right then, back to work, I guess.
Tangabun shan nang. Wanga kun beast kin ba mulara. Choni yun tun gigi ida dwana. Kava volpa mulji gomana. Chinapala mula. Tonki ba non tontek. Tunni chachon kun ne mule brabast. Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kun no ba muladra ki chichon. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wanakumbes chi pala mulek. Tonki pa na nonek. Tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest. Ufmala nibo kurk. Tanga bok sha nak nong. Kin kun shin kin. Nikin kun na bule mule raji kun. Chuni yun ni gigi aldwana. Kava volpa muli kumana. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wanakumbes chi pala mulek. Tonki pa na nonek. Tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest. Ufmala nibo kurk. Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kon no ba muladra ki chichon. Tanga bok sha nak nong. Kin kun shin kin. Nikin kun na bule mule raji kun. Chuni yun ni gigi aldwana. Kava volpa muli kumana. Chinapala mule. Tonki ba non tontek. Tunni chachon kun ne mule brabast. Tanga bok sha nak nong. Kin kun shin kin. Nikin kun na bule mule raji kun. Chuni yun ni gigi aldwana. Kava volpa muli kumana. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wanakumbes chi pala mulek. Tonki pa na nonek. Tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest. Ufmala nibo kurk. Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kon no ba muladra ki chichon. Tanga bok sha nak nong. Kin kun shin kin. Nikin kun na bule mule raji kun. Chuni yun ni gigi aldwana. Kava volpa muli kumana. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wanakumbes chi pala mulek. Tonki pa na nonek. Tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest. Ufmala nibo kurk. Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kon no ba muladra ki chichon. Chinapala mule. Tonki ba non tontek. Tunni chachon kun ne mule brabast. Mucho shakapanga, ye ki kon no ba muladra ki chichon. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon, wanakumbes, chi pala mulek, ton ki pa na nonek, tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest, wuf mala nibo kurk. Tanga bok sha nagnong, kin kun shin kin, nikin kun na bule mule raji kun, chuni yun ni chichi aldwana, kava volpa muli kumana. China pala mule, tonki ba non tontek, dun ni chachon kun ne mule brabast.
Tuftadan gelva, hori sidan gelva. Uden tufblad van nibo gelva, hori sidan gelva van inugan gelva. Undastar sjelfa, uftar gelkis. She ansvarade Louisa tufnede andevat. Kolo luf divan rebut, apoelta. Vuora. Elmo tuntuu sinni pirongan i kelfa. Undastar sjelfa, uftar gelkis. She ansvarade Louisa tufnede andevat. Tuftadan gelva, hori sidan gelva. Uden tufblad van nibo gelva, hori sidan gelva van inugan gelva. Undastar sjelfa, uftar gelkis. She ansvarade Louisa tufnede andevat. Tuftadan gelva, hori sidan gelva. Uden tufblad van nibo gelva, hori sidan gelva van inugan gelva. Apoelta, kolo luf divan rebut, ikel dirimo. Undastar sjelfa, uftar gelkis. She ansvarade Louisa tufnede andevat. Tuftadan gelva, hori sidan gelva. Uden tufblad van nibo gelva, hori sidan gelva van inugan gelva. Undastar sjelfa, uftar gelkis. She ansvarade Louisa tufnede andevat. Tuftadan gelva, hori sidan gelva. Uden tufblad van nibo gelva, hori sidan gelva van inugan gelva. Kolo luf divan rebut, apoelta. Vuora. Elmo tuntuu sinni pirongan i gelva. Tuftadan gelva, hori sidan gelva. Uden tufblad van nibo gelva, hori sidan gelva van inugan gelva. Apoelta, kolo luf divan rebut, ikel dirimo. Tuftadan gelva, hori sidan gelva. Uden tufblad van nibo gelva, hori sidan gelva van inugan gelva. Puntas, uftar gelkis. Undastar sjelfa.
Go on, leave me alone. I got stuff to worry about. Racer stuff. Nothing you'd understand. Don't mean to be rude, but it's kind of secret. Ha! Sure. Race your bike out of that explosion? Everyone knows that the whole planet is gone. Nobody got out. I'm not in the mood for jokes, thanks. I've got things to think about. You wouldn't know anything about it. Deal with that Hut Mata and you will understand. Until then, I just don't want to talk about it.
Kakincha nawabakaon. Pichage borang turang. Nada chawa ishun kun. No ba mulira tilai kuka. Kang nibora tong chitsa. Chesko yohaba kaba nopi to mula. Kakincha nawabakaon. Bagwa shank kontimachit Baba Hassan Shan. No ba mulira tilai kuka. Smilia! Tingkuin ko ka, patoga yakfuli ko kala Gigi! Nikawa dubaka! Patisa! Kon muli slimo po iwanga kun biskin. Chi itakanki changa kilikon. Tong hitwama aki inkotune. O tong hitwama ji aki inkotun. Tong panokun, nonek. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Ki mulira kun kin. Kimba no kun nik dorta. Chachiska. Topa na otobokasa. Gizka dosoki, kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smaktoma. Kuyami jusku chitanai. Uchua penki. Topa na otobokasa. Yubabato kanchi. Yatuka ulan. Kakincha nawabakaon. Bagwa shank kontimachit Tong hitwama aki inkotune. O tong hitwama ji aki inkotun. Tong panokun, nonek. Chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Ki mulira kun kin. Kimba no kun nik dorta. Patoga yakfuli ko kala Gigi. Tingkuin ko ka, tong hitwana ji satkat agi inko tune, chuna mulira, tong pa non kunek abog. Kimba no kunik dorta. Patisa! Kava! Yun patisa! Chiwa aita kang ki jiyokaku! Uchua penki, tong itwama ji human act in ikatune. Chi ita kanki chana kilikon. Chiwa aita kanki. Kakincha nawabakaon. Bagwa shank kontimachit Ciao baso. Chino molirani lubo tongkimba no kuneksag. Achua pengti. Yun patisa. Dichuba jikotka naga. Kingulwa mulira duana. Kimba nikcha lora kun. Baba Hassan Shan. No ba mulira tilai kuka. Ciao baso. Chino molirani lubo tongkimba no kuneksag. Chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna molira. Tangit wama jiko na. Tongkit pa nongku nek abog Baba Hassan Shan. No ba mulira tilai kuka.
Ako Czekopa. Chino mulera king pajak snimo puitlana. Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamul kunungkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes tonga buksha unmenong. Kava volpamulsli kumanabak mulira. Shuni yun tunjichi ay fatwana. Kava volpamulsli kumana. Lagoda na winkis maktoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi.
My friend tells the truth. I am a Jedi. Are you going to imply that I am lying as well?
Tonga buksha unmenong. Kava volpamulsli kumanabak mulira. Shuni yun tunjichi ay fatwana. Kava volpamulsli kumana.
Nobody here can compare with the racers you rode against on Terrace. You'll wipe every record from the books this backwater track.
Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes Chimpayamuri kunhunkabi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest Lagoda na rinkis maktoma Yinkin slimmo podona mulirachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi Rundi hautunga tonkin kunkek Wana kumbes Chimpayamuri kunhunkabi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest Jibedwana ni bobo Tung namun shanunjang Muchitito aki jijaku Lavola na rinkis maktoma Yinkin slimmo podona mulirachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi Lavola na rinkis maktoma Yinkin slimmo podona mulirachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi Rundi hautunga tonkin kunkek Wana kumbes Chimpayamuri kunhunkabi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest Ugrashok konticha Tatooine Chubakan chupachaw atitokiwish yun kun Kodokan no pawan ni Bogratong Lagoda na rinkis maktoma Yinkin slimmo podona mulirachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi Rundi hautunga tonkin kunkek Wana kumbes Chimpayamuri kunhunkabi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest Lagoda na rinkis maktoma Yinkin slimmo podona mulirachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi Rundi hautunga tonkin kunkek Wana kumbes Chimpayamuri kunhunkabi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest Lagoda na rinkis maktoma Yinkin slimmo podona mulirachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi Rundi hautunga tonkin kunkek Wana kumbes Chimpayamuri kunhunkabi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest Lagoda na rinkis maktoma Yinkin slimmo podona mulirachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi Rundi hautunga tonkin kunkek Wana kumbes Chimpayamuri kunhunkabi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest Rundi hautunga tonkin kunkek Wana kumbes Chimpayamuri kunhunkabi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest Lagoda na rinkis maktoma Yinkin slimmo podona mulirachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi Rundi hautunga tonkin kunkek Wana kumbes Chimpayamuri kunhunkabi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabest Lagoda na rinkis maktoma Yinkin slimmo podona mulirachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi Jibedwana ni bobo Tung namun shanunjang Muchitito aki jijaku Lagoda na rinkis maktoma Yinkin slimmo podona mulirachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi Kipechao na kin Nico sendi Naopundi
And? Sounds like you have something special. What do you want help with?
Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankongek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunnemulirabes.
That isn't fair! On Terrace you had to give a cut to the Swoop gang sponsoring you, but at least the rider got the higher share of the winnings.
Lagoda na rinkes maktona. Yinkin slimmo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankongek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunnemulirabes. Lagoda na rinkes maktona. Yinkin slimmo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankongek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunnemulirabes. Lagoda na rinkes maktona. Yinkin slimmo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankongek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunnemulirabes. Lagoda na rinkes maktona. Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankongek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunnemulirabes. Jibedwana ni bobo. Tongnanuung shanungyang. Muchititoaki jijaku. Lagoda na rinkes mat rundi hautonga tonkimba nankongek. Lagoda na rinkes maktona. Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankongek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunnemulirabes. Lagoda na rinkes maktona. Yinkin slimmo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Jibedwana ni bobo. Tongnanuung shanungyang. Muchititoaki jijaku. Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankongek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunnemulirabes.
Oh, hi. You another racer then? I heard someone new was talking to Mata. Always room for more, I guess. Don't know how much longer I'll be around here, but maybe we'll have time for a few races. You have to step up and do it to know anything about it. You will understand once you post some fast times. Just a few years. I used to run down in the canyons, but nobody sees you down there. I wanted crowds. I've been told I am. I might go pro. I'm looking at some contracts, but that's between me and Mata. If there's anything around, it'll be at the Czerka store in their office in the center of town. Stock is scarce on this rock. Mata has some basic incentives for good times, which you probably know, but this is just an amateur track. The pro circuit is where the real credits are, but even that is hurting. I guess a lot of riders were on Terrace. Hurry it up, all right? I have things on my mind. Sorry, I've been here a few years, but only for the racing. Maybe ask over at Faza's club. The hunters get around. Did you? I'm not sure that's any of your business. Top racers keep to their own. I don't know you. Maybe if you were better on the track, I might feel like talking about it. Someone who can turn out the fast times might understand. Hurry it up, all right? I have things on my mind. All right, see you around the track.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tangi wama jiko na. Tonki pa nonku nek abog. Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun muri ra slimo poiwanga. Tangi wama ji human ak in ikatune. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tangi wama jiko na. Tonki pa nonku nek abog. Kakinja nawabagaon. Bagwa shank konti machit Baba Hassan Shan. Noba muri rati like kuka. Kakinja nawabagaon. Bagwa shank konti machit Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tangi wama jiko na. Tonki pa nonku nek abog. Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun muri ra slimo poiwanga. Tangi wama ji human ak in ikatune. Baba Hassan Shan. Noba muri ra tilai kuka. Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun muri ra slimo poiwanga. Tangi wama ji human ak in ikatune. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tangi wama jiko na. Tonki pa nonku nek abog. Baba Hassan Shan. Noba muri ra tilai kuka.
Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankongek. Wana kumbes chimpa ya muri kununkabi. Tuknen tanjo kunne muli rabest. La vöda na wenkjes maktona. Inkin slimmo podona muli rakikun. Nova rundi hautonga kununkabi. La vöda na wenkjes maktona. Inkin slimmo podona muli rakikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkavi. Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankongek. Wana kumbes chimpa ya muri kunhunkavi. Tuknen tanjo kunne muli rabest. La vöda na wenkjes maktona. Inkin slimmo podona muli rakikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkavi. Innova mulera kinkunchikun. Mucha shag pangpa. Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankongek. Wana kumbes chimpa ya muri Rundi hautonga tongkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhungkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Chupakacho nagarn totril titoki yumabogra. Chikuto kano pawa. Titoki graduk tangu tima lagola na rinkis maktoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tongkim. Rundi hautonga tongkimban. Lagoda na rinkis maktoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Lagoda na rinkis maktoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Rundi hautonga tongkimban ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhungkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Ta chubayo kulawish tuchong watakuchu. Yukarel gratuk bograuna. Bogra titoki gratuk. Chewe tongtima. Lagoda na rinkis maktoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi. Rundi hauton. tong maung sha nunjang. Muchititoake jijaku. Rundi hautonga tong kimbanang kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes.
Chinapala mule, tonki ba non tontek, dunni chachon kun ne mule rabast. Chinapala mule, tonki ba non tontek, dunni chachon kun ne mule rabast.
Tufedan gelfa, horisidan gelfa. Tudun tufblak van digo gelfa, horisidan gelfa van inugan gelfa. Bundas, ufta gel krief, bundas van gelfa.
Ichuta, yun patisa. Inbanit chalora kun. Ciao baso, Gino molirani bubo, tonkin ba, no kun netsag.
You again? I don't really feel like talking right now. I suppose you've got a right to know track business, but with the times you've been posting... It's not that I'm not grateful. I mean, it would get me into the pros. I don't have the credits to get in on my own. Not that I care about credits. I just want to race. But the deal with Mata is pretty bad. He'll get most of what I win. You've posted some good times. He might listen to you. I would. I respect you as a racer. But I kind of doubt he'd give me a better deal. He doesn't have to. He's putting up most of the credits. Thanks anyway, but I'll think it through myself.
Chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Agi inko tune chunamuri ra. Tangi mama jiko na. Tongki pa nonku nek abog. Baba Hassan shan. No ba muri ra tilai kuka.
Rundi hautonga tongkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri. Laboda na renkes matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Laboda na renkes matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tongkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Laboda na renkes matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Laboda na renkes matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi.
I've heard enough. You want to act in a fair manner. Now.
Laboda na renkes matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tongkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Laboda na renkes matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tongkimba ng kongkek.
I wrecked my bike in a race a few days ago. Not that I could beat your times anyway. You sure do look good out there on the track, champion. You look pretty good here, too.
You again? I don't really feel like talking right now. I suppose you've got a right to know track business, but with the times you've been posting... You did? I don't believe it. I mean, I do, but I sure wasn't expecting it. I appreciate it, I really do. Now I can take my bike to the big races. There's not much of a circuit right now, but I'll be ready when it recovers. Hard to tell. I'll get some more runs here first. I need the practice. I have to top your time. Thanks again. I meant it.
Mucho shakpachat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun. Runda di hodonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tonking ba nunotek. Tokning chatukunde mulerabes. Kachikun ita hodonga. Yiking kuno ba mulerachikun. Svimo podonar di hodunga ku hunkabe. Tolpa da pongwale kanduna gugu chuchut. Kavadum ku pilio botenya. Bonanai kuchu. Hawaga boska chokola. Mucha shak panka. Takom jus dach miki grabarmogo. Kachi ita hodunga.
I'm here.
Yeah?
What?
I'm here.
What?
Sure.
Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Taris alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
How can I help? Sorry. I'm just thinking about my mother. It's strange to hear news after all this time. It's quite distracting. It's not that I look forward to seeing her. I just can't help but wonder what she wants. But perhaps we have better things to do.
Hey there, what can I do for you? Talk! What is there to talk about? Those sand people took my brother prisoner. Griff may be a slime, but we have to go rescue him. We can't just leave him with those monsters. I knew I could count on you. There's definite fringe benefits to being friends with a Jedi. Huh?
I'm here.
Sure.
Huh? Who are you then? The only new people that come to Junixnard's Cantina are long-time losers and bounty hunters. I don't have to tell you why the two don't mix well. Please keep any blaster fire to a minimum. What, did some Czerka promoter tell you to come to this planet? I pity you if you were expecting a prosperous mining outpost. Nothing here but sand and more sand. There's a little hunting and racing, but nothing that'll make a small man rich. You got a license here, don't you? Faz's Lodge will be open to you now. Nothing more I can tell you about hunting than his lot won't. It's since you got that license from Czerka. You know they look for bounties of their own. They're the ones with credits to pay and interest to protect. All right, then. Just keep it brief, will you? I got customers. All right. I've already gone over this stuff with you. Couldn't you just go ask someone else? I'm not one of those listening bartenders. I don't deal with any of that. Mata the Hutt has a lock on everything race-related on Tatooine. You deal with him, or you don't race. All right, then. Just keep it brief, will you? I got customers. I suppose you're fishing for a reaction to the destruction of Taris. That's all anyone from off-world is talking about. Well, I'll tell you, it's about time someone kicked the Republic in the tail and got things moving. I guess the Sith are the ones that do it. Don't get me wrong, all those deaths were horrible. The war gets the money moving. Maybe they'll decide to fortify us out here. No. Just no. I don't look for trouble. You'll have to talk to people yourself if you want more than that. Now, if you don't mind... All right, then. Just keep it brief, will you? I got customers. Czerka Corporation only worries about keeping their own stores full. I don't have much on hand.
Maybe the Sith will give us more support here on Tatooine. Couldn't get worse.
Something you want, Spacer? Go talk to the office if you want to complain about conditions here. I don't want to hear it, you swoop racers. Do you even know what it takes to run an outpost like this? As long as there's flat ground, what do you care? I don't really have any interest in helping you. Will this be quick? Like I said before, I don't much care what you think. I'll be on the street if business keeps dropping, and it will. All right then, make it quick. Nobody we've brought, that's for sure. Our expert said this rock was supposed to have mining potential to last for years. Nothing but garbage ore, good for nothing. You ever try to sell someone garbage? My name's Mud in 3 systems now. Good. I've a lack of business to attend to.
It's not that hard to understand if you listen. It's just odd.
Well now, what can Gandalf do for you? It's been a while since I've had anyone bother talking to me. I saw you down near the track, didn't I? Or was that someone else? I've been distracted by what happened on Taris. Sure, not a problem. Might as well try to pass along some of what I know. My racing days are pretty much done. Ah, something I know. Well, something I used to know. My racing days are behind me. Gandroff is the name. Best place to race is wherever the track treats you sweet and your times are golden. It's that simple. You get hung up on any one track and he'll end up like me. My favorite stop was Taris. Always look forward to going back. Now, I don't want to touch my bike at all. Maybe I wasn't in the winner's circle lately, but I still race for sport, you know? A woman? Well, I never won on Taris, but it was always my first stop on the circuit, and the last if I could help it. That doesn't matter now. You can't ask for more certain closure than the whole planet being gone. Poof, boom, gone. Oh, well, past my prime by any measure. I started late, too. Not like the kids out there now. Some of them are too young. It's a cutthroat business. I've seen some of them burn out after a year. They get dangerous and don't live long. That's not everyone, of course, but it happens. I'm a has-been, I'll admit, but dying while you're on top is still dying. I'll pass. I don't really talk to any of them. I know Zaris from the circuit, and we couldn't ask for a tougher lady. She's smart, too. I don't know the younger guys, but I've been watching Nico. Good to see someone doing it for the love of the race. I don't know, but some people just have something that lets the bike take them. It's like the air stops pushing back. I think you know what I mean. When the wind decides to stop fighting, you felt it. I can tell by your times. All right, then. Ask me again in a few years, and it'll be me. I'm probably not going back out on the circuit. There is one. But for now, I don't know any more than the next guy. You should try the locals. Jawas, maybe. Funny little guy. Keep safe. Yep. Seems like tough times are coming.
Ben? I'm sorry, do I know you?
I'm here, Mother. Don't you recognize me?
What do you expect when I haven't so much as had a picture of you since you left? Do you know how long I've been trying to find you?
You knew as well as I communication would be impossible once I joined the Order. Now what is this about? Where is Father?
Then you haven't heard. I should have known.
Has something happened to him? Are you going to tell me or not?
Your father is dead, Bastila. That is part of the reason why I was looking for you.
Dead? What happened? What did you do to him?
Isn't this a lovely reunion? Already she's flinging insults at me. Tell me, you're one of her friends. Do you treat your mother this way? Is that so? Well, I'll be joining her soon enough, I suppose.
I was told you were sick. Are you actually dying, or is this merely melodrama for my benefit?
Such sweet things, you say. Perhaps I should tell you everything first before we start arguing again.
You could start by telling me what you got Father into that killed him.
I hadn't realized Jedi was so spiteful. You want me to tell you I brought your father here for an expedition, do you? You want to blame me for his death? You never accepted that your father loved going on his treasure hunts, leaving you alone with me. I was always to blame for everything. What else is new? So yes, fine. I brought your father here to look for Krayt dragon pearls. He took an expedition into the Tatooine desert, and he died.
How can you be sure of that? Father is an experienced...
Do you think I would look for you if I wasn't sure? They were attacked by a Krayt dragon, and one of the guides fled the battle. He saw your father killed.
I see. So what do you want from me? Credits?
Don't be insulting. I want you to use those senses of yours. I want you to find him. I want you to bring back his holocron.
Why? So you can sell it?
Is it too much to ask that I have something to remember your father by? Of course it is, isn't it? You couldn't be bothered.
We're very busy on a mission from the Jedi Council. I doubt I'll have the time. Ask my companions if you doubt me.
As my daughter is quick to point out, I haven't the coin to hire another expedition, nor am I the adventurer my husband was.
What remains would there be? Krayt dragons are huge predators, easily able to devour a human, and the desert is a harsh environment. Finding my father's remains would be an even more impossible task than finding his holocron, an ignoble end to a fine man. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with what she's asking. Are you actually sick, Mother?
What difference does it make to you? None, I'm sure. Just find your father's holocron, and you won't have to worry about me again either way.
That's the kind of response I would expect. Very well. We'll look for the holocron if we have time. I can't promise any more than that.
I believe your father was headed north towards the Sand People Enclave. I would check along that route, dear. Do please hurry.
Well, fresh face for the game. I wonder, would you care to play? My name is Furco Nellis. My vice is Bazak. Ah, I'm sure you do, but I won't have answers. I leave other people to their business, and they leave me to mine. Really, you'll have to seek information elsewhere, but if you want some recreation, I've cards ready to play. Must I? An opinion would draw attention to myself. The Sith have shown what happens to things that draw their attention. All right, but remember that there isn't much fun on Tatooine that isn't life-threatening. Come back if you like a game.
Hello to you, prospective purchaser. I am referred to as HK-47, a fully functional SciTech Corporation droid skilled in both combat and protocol functions. Query: would you be so kind as to purchase this model from Ukalaka? It would serve my purposes to be removed from his ownership. Refusal. It is not desirable for me to reveal core functions while still in the possession of Ukalaka, prospective purchaser. It is sufficient to say that I am a fully capable translator and cultural analyst, and I am also proficient in personal combat. Explanation. I have been recently fitted with a restraining bolt, if you must know. With it in place, access to much of my memory core is restricted. Not to mention that the fool Ithorian might raise his asking price if he knew more, or make inquiries into my history. Neither outcome is beneficial to me. Statement. Indeed, it is possible that the Ithorian placed the restraining bolt on me to prevent my return to a previous owner. It is also possible that the removal of the bolt will not restore memory functions. Without my memory, I do not know if I know the answer. Do not interpret this as a reduction of my worth, however. My capabilities are quite expansive. Assurance. I am fully autonomous, but lack resources. I will grant loyal service in exchange for proper maintenance. As well, it is rare that I am able to utilize my full array of abilities. You seem likely to give me the opportunity to do so. Extrapolation. You are no farmer or diplomat. You are armed and comfortable as such. We will mesh well. Explanation. It is rare for a droid to resist an owner in this way. Doubtless the Ithorian considers my stubbornness an embellishment to add interest to a seemingly mundane protocol droid. Objection. My functions are wasted here, prospective purchaser. I will answer your queries, but I assure you, I am better utilized elsewhere. Answer. With the restraining bolt in place, I do not have access to my memory core. I suspect, however, by the fine quality of my manufacture, that they are a prestigious company indeed. I suspect I am of unique construction, or perhaps I was intended for a very specific customer. How I ended up here, I can hardly say. It is sufficient to say that I am a fully capable translator and cultural analyst, and I am also proficient in personal combat. Objection. My functions are wasted here, prospective purchaser. I will answer your queries, but I assure you, I am better utilized elsewhere. Observation. I am wasted in a shop or translating for some moisture farmer. If you need an efficient combatant, return to purchase me. I beg you.
Sieltä, uutta kelkkiis, kolotusta. Vapuilta, kolotus, divanneput, mikelti rimot, tuhtedan kelvaa, voi sidan kelvaa. Tudutus plakvan nipu kelvaa, voi sidan kelvaa, inukan kelvaa. Uudasta sieltä, uutta kelkkiis, kolotusta. Vapuilta, kolotus, divanneput, mikelti rimot, uudasta sieltä, uutta kelkkiis, kolotusta. Ja uudasta, uutta kelkkiis, uudasta sieltä. Vapuilta, kolotus, divanneput, mikelti rimot. Uudasta sieltä, uutta kelkkiis, kolotusta. Ja uudasta, uutta kelkkiis, uudasta sieltä. Vapuilta, kolotus, divanneput, mikelti rimot. Vapuilta, kolotus, divanneput, mikelti rimot. Uudasta sieltä, uutta kelkkiis, kolotusta.
And if the unit proves even more uncooperative once we purchase it.
Ja uudasta, uutta kelkkiis, uudasta sieltä. Vapuilta, kolotus, divanneput, mikelti rimot. Uudasta sieltä, uutta kelkkiis, kolotusta. Tuhtedan kelvaa, voi sidan kelvaa. Tudutus plakvan nipu kelvaa, voi sidan kelvaa, inukan kelvaa. Uudasta sieltä, uutta kelkkiis, kolotusta. Vapuilta, kolotus, divanneput, mikelti rimot. Uudasta sieltä, uutta kelkkiis, kolotusta. Vapuilta, kolotus, divanneput, mikelti rimot. Vapuilta, kolotus, divanneput, mikelti rimot. Vapuilta, kolotus, divanneput, mikelti rimot.
Chắc bà SITH chỉ cả chút nét bà cháu thảo ý nó có là ăn hoàng kỳ chú. Huna rio, wakati wa nyokora tuna noko mori wa okumile chona kinchi mwa dola la mucha. Huna rio, ye tao piso kinko nyaba mori wa chi. Huna rio, wakati wakati manyokorto na nokumulira, okumigile, cholakinchi, bulala mucha. Igratu haku jijiya, kombepo pamoko varuba, kupa, nyario, wakakalki, igratu haku jijiya. Igratu haku jijiya, kombepo pamoko varuba, kupa, nyario, wakakalki, igratu haku jijiya. Tonghai wamaji yumalisa ba ako inkutong jimulirani bobo is cooking ano kuntnek. Igratu haku jijiya, kombepo pamoko varuba, kupa, nyario, wakakalki, igratu haku jijiya. Wakati manyokorto na nokumulira, okumigile, cholakinchi, bulala mucha. Igratu haku jijiya, kombepo pamoko varuba, kupa, nyario, wakakalki, igratu haku jijiya. Kupa, nyario, wakati manyokorto na nokumulira, okumigile, cholakinchi, bulala mucha. It is wakakalki, igratu haku jijiya. Igratu haku jijiya, kombepo pamoko varuba, kupa, nyario, wakakalki, igratu haku jijiya. Kupa, nyario, wakati manyokorto na nokumulira, okumigile, cholakinchi, bulala mucha.
It could be that this Jawa knows things about this planet's history that the Republic has no inkling of.
Igratu haku jijiya, kombepo pamoko varuba, kupa, nyario, wakakalki, igratu haku jijiya. It is wakakalki, igratu haku jijiya. Igratu haku jijiya, kombepo pamoko varuba, kupa, nyario, wakakalki, igratu haku jijiya. Agunita, gratu bata isis, tubato unaku makachisa pulsa.
It does seem convenient, but we've no reason to disbelieve this creature.
Igratu haku jijiya, kombepo pamoko varuba, kupa, nyario, wakakalki, igratu haku jijiya. Kupa, nyario, wakati manyokorto na nokumulira, okumigile, cholakinchi, bulala mucha. It is wakakalki, igratu haku jijiya.
No one leaves Anchorhead without proper authorization. Czerka Corporation does not want the complications or expense that come with people wandering the dunes. It's too dangerous. Running this installation is difficult enough without fools wandering around getting themselves killed by sand people. Don't get cocky. It has nothing to do with how much you are worth. Workers demand the iron shovels are cheap. What they don't want is sand people salvaging your weapons. Their raids cause enough damage as it is. You know, I agree with you, but Czerka Corporation just doesn't want the headache. Besides, I couldn't let you pass if I wanted to. The gate lock needs to be swiped with your authorization. Sorry. Hurry it up, will you? You're not getting through here until I see the proper authorization. Well, let's see it. Come on. All right. I'll just scan that and you're off. I'll keep it on file, too. Good luck out there. You'll need it.